Hey folks, AWR Hawkins, Breitbart News. I want to talk to you about something, I'm being very serious. Why gun control is not a solution. It's not a solution for the kind of crime we see in Chicago, obviously. It's not a solution for the mass shootings we cover regularly in California, obviously. And I say that, obviously, because California has more gun control than any state. Yet we reported at Breitbart in January alone, in 1 week alone, we noted that CNN reported there were 4 mass shootings in California in a week. All right? Gun control is not a solution. Folks, you have to remember this. When something like we saw in Maine occurs, you have to remember, we covered at Breitbart in 2021, National Shooting Sports Foundation numbers that showed 434 million guns had been made for private gun ownership over the previous 25 years. So in 1/4 of a century alone, 434 million guns were made for private ownership. A year later in 2022, we covered National Shooting Sports Foundation numbers that showed upwards of 25 million AKs and AR-15s were in circulation. So of those 434 million, which now the number would far exceed that, but of that figure, roughly 25 million are the kinds of guns that Democrats call assault weapons, all right? Among those being AR-15s, America's favorite rifle. You throwing these numbers around in your head, it's hard to picture. What's 434 million look like? What does 25 million look like? I mean, the bottom line is a lot of guns. Now, tell me one law that will keep one of those guns out of a criminal's hand. I'm just going to wait a minute. You think about it. Wait. See, you're not saying anything because there's not one. California has almost every gun control imaginable. And as I said to begin, CNN reported they had 4 mass shootings in a week in January, right? Chicago has long been a gun control experiment. Long been. We've covered that at Breitbart extensively. The other thing we cover every weekend in Chicago, shooting after shooting after shooting after shooting after shooting. Now you can make all the laws you want, but criminals by nature do not obey law. And there are 434 million plus guns that they have to acquire, that they can get their hands on, and when they do, they're going to commit criminal acts because criminals are going to act like criminals. Gun control is not a solution, all right? A solution is for good people to be armed, to know how to use their guns, to take time to shoot them at the range, become familiar with them, so that they are ready and they can defend their lives when evil strikes.